Welcome to Inside the Huddle, the podcast that brings you the heart and soul of Rolla Bulldogs high school sports. All right, everyone. Welcome to Inside the Huddle, brought to you by Romo Athletics and powered by our title sponsor, Phelps County Bank. Again, Phelps County Bank, they are 100% employee-owned. They're 100% community champions. They are Bulldog fans at night, and they're bankers during the day. But you know what? Sometimes they're Bulldog fans during the day, too.
What about overnight?
Overnight, they probably dream about the Bulldogs.
Okay, there we go.
Bulldogs and great deals on your loans and any of those financial packages. They do a great job. So appreciate them being on here. So we are joined today by, this is episode 47 of season 3. This is our Coach Talk Edition, again, brought to you by Taylor Chrysler. Appreciate Jeremy Shelton over there helping us out. And we got head coach Mark Miller, assisted by his son, Mike Miller. Hey, welcome.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, it's been kind of an exciting day today. So before we get going and talking about the Republic tournament and all this stuff, we had an excitement of going a Free-Throw-Shoot-A-Thon was on as a fundraiser, and so they boys were getting the back gym, and you helped out all those people that donated money on the per free throw by making them run in between their free throws.
Exactly. Yeah, we wanted to simulate a little practice time in there too, because we didn't run today in practice. And I said, let's just at least do our free throw routine. So we're kind of a little bit tired and we're getting, a little bit realistic with it.
Yeah, I love that, having that game speed. I mean, that's, again, not in this full time, but at least your legs are tired at the end of practice. It wasn't like we just brought them in fresh. And, yeah, good. I mean, is that...
Yeah, I mean, I was telling, people ask me, you think you'll get in the 90s, you see any 90s free throws? And I'm like, if we're shooting 10 free throws at a time in one setting and then moving on, maybe. But whenever you're shooting 2 and then having to run up and down, your legs fade fast, and that's a true percentage of free throws.
Yeah, and that was I was talking to Ethan afterwards, and he said he hit his career average is what it was, and he did not hit in the 90s.
It's a solid routine that we do. We've always, for as long as I can remember, we've done this routine, and we've always been a good free throw shooting team. Year in and year out, whether our record's good or not, year in and year out, we're a good free throw shooting team. And I attribute it to simulating. It's more of a game type situation because they're running.
Yep. Yeah, it's good. I mean, they you had everybody there getting after it. In the back gym there had all 6 courts or 6 baskets being used and running between it, each one having to change, and kind of great to see. And it's going to, again, so as a fundraiser, what's that going to kind of go for the program?
Sure, all of this gets thrown into what's called our camp fund here at the high school, and we've used it for a multitude of things. Anywhere from offsetting summer fees, which is really big for us because trying to take care of motel rooms and that sort of thing, as transportation, it's pretty costly, and it helps to offset what the guys actually have to pay. Then Cabby's been great about getting us stuff through the school. In the past, it hasn't always been that way, but Cabby has done a great job of working it out where it used to be basically if you were just getting uniforms from the school and then you had to go get other things on your own, but our booster club helps us a lot. So we're using that to offset costs for players. We'll use that to do some team fun building things. And the good thing I think about it is it helps our guys in a situation where they get to go talk to people, and it's not just mom and dad. And I think that builds their character. I think it helps them to grow up a little bit, having to do something that's probably not extremely comfortable for them right now.
Yeah, it's a good thing. Again, have a way to do it, and the Bulldog community all kind of got behind that as well. So
yeah,
kind of cool.
Also shout out to Hal Schmidt, because the top 100 people, Hal had given us some Bulldog coins, and the highest 100 donors are going to get one of those coins.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So and that's we hadn't announced that, but it's a neat coin, and Hal spent a pretty penny doing that, and we appreciate him.
Thanks, Hal, man. Hal Schmidt, Hall of Famer.
He's a
Raleigh
better
High School
guy than
class.
you
Oh
think
my
he
gosh.
is. I mean, Hal's not
Yeah,
bad.
he's not bad. Yeah, it's not that's yeah, not surprising. I mean, Hal watches Inside the Huddle, man, texts after the games and stuff, stays in
Yes.
touch. I mean, yeah,
Great supporter.
yep, he made it to our first game of the season, and then because of the Western Kentucky schedule and things, he's not gonna be able to make it to another one until we get to that Final Four in that playoff run. So I kind of
There we
like that
go.
thought process.
We'll take him anytime we can get him.
Exactly, exactly. So yeah, thanks a lot for all the donors and supporters out there that helped out with the Raw Bulldog
Yes,
free throw
very much
shoot-a-thon.
appreciated. The guys did a great job of talking to people. Uh, Nash Robinson's got a future in fundraising, I think, because
Salesman.
man, oh man, that dude understands it. Of course, he did tell us. So this is the first year we've done the free-throw-a-thon. Got this idea from another coach buddy of mine at Glendale, and he said it's been great for them year in and year out. Well, Nash informed me that this is the third one he's done now. Obviously, where he's come from in Arizona, they've done it before, and so he knows the ins and outs, and he understands getting out there and talking to people.
He gets it done. That's good. That's good. Yeah, so we'll be anxious to see kind of how well it all comes out for us and everything. So that'll be good. So let's get in talking about this season. We are 6-0. We recently the state rankings came out by the Missouri Basketball Coaches Association. They have us currently ranked as the number 4 team in Class 6. To be honest, I was kind of surprised about that for jumping up into Class 6. But there's a history, there's a reputation that Rolla has you guys have built over the years, and
There's a tradition.
yeah, and it's part of
Yep.
that respect, I think. And kind of seeing you jump up into Class 6 and knowing that we had had some key guys back, and then seeing the early performance. And probably that win up at Mizzou probably had a lot to do with it. When how are they going to handle a team like Pembroke Hill? And
Sure. Yeah, I as a coach, I would prefer that we fly under the radar for as long as we could, and that didn't happen. But it's good for our guys to have to play from the front and understand that they're getting everybody's best game, because that's what we want. We want to have that tough competition, just preparing us for as we go forward.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's one of the big things, we've added to the schedule again this year. We've every year for the last few years been kind of adding to it,
Yeah.
trying to get where we can, and because it is all about that run and kind of having prepared for it. So why not? Yeah, why not deal with it now?
Yeah.
Love it. So hey, let's talk about the Republic tournament. You went 3-0 down there, tournament champions. There's a picture of all you guys down there, and what a showing. I mean, we're talking about you can go in there anytime, and you could walk out of there 0-3 and still end up being a 20-win season. And you guys set the tone right off the bat. And talking to the PA announcer, who again does a great job, love his voice. The guy who does all the broadcasting for Romo Sports or Repmo TV, they do a great job. And they said they've never seen a team as dominant as we were those 3 days. They said they never watched it. They go, that's with their Republic teams that went to the championship.
That's
And,
good to hear.
yeah.
It's great to hear. It was great to see. You and I have talked before about at times we love seeing where we're at, and as long as we continue to progress in our consistency of that, then we as coaches are very pleased. We've got a tough opponent Friday night,
Yeah.
and so we'll get to see how consistent we're going to be. I think the biggest thing we look for is the work ethic and the physicality. If we just go out and bust it and we're real physical, we're a real challenge.
Yeah, so looking at those games, the first round game was Springfield Central, former Ozark Conference foe, 67-35 victory with them. Semifinal Park Hill South, the team we played last year. Yeah, and they had their bigs inside, very physical team. Jumped out 17-0 on them. To try to see, I had that down 23-4 at the end of the first quarter. Ended up beating them 72-46. Kind of pulled away on there. And then the championship game, Liberty, which is probably the youngest team in the pool, a lot of sophomores, a couple seniors, couple juniors, and kind of but they were 4-0 and ended up and they kept it game. They were well disciplined. We were talking about they're not going to make a lot of turnovers. You're expecting all these things. They can shoot, they move, they're small. They didn't have the size that we did, but they could probably give us fits if we're not staying disciplined. And we ended up just really kind of running away with that one, 74-32, in a real dominant performance.
Yeah, from a speaking as coach's perspective, uh, it's nice to get phone calls and texts from your peers, your friends, other coaches, um, saying stuff like, "Wow, how did that happen?" And great job. A lot of them have even jumped on and seen some of the broadcasts that were done. Uh, but I'd throw it at Mike. Mike's a coach, but he also sees things from another perspective than I do, and I'd just be interested to see what Mike thought of the overall effort, how things went down with all of that.
Yeah, for me, the Republic tournament's always our first true test of what are we going to be physically on the year, because there's always a team or two down there that sets the tone physically, and that's something that we've always kind of struggled with as a team in years past. And every year, I think last year was whenever we saw Ozark in the third place game. I was like, guys, you got to come out here and set the tone physically, because they are a dominant team, and they stepped up. This year, same thing with watching that Park Hill Ozark first round matchup. Park Hill ended up winning, and I was like,
Park Hill
guys,
South,
we're gonna have to step it up physically. And as last year, the group of our core team were juniors. Now their core team is seniors, and it's shown a maturity level of like, okay, whenever they're, put to the test and can they step up and do it, they answered the call and they stepped up. And then I think, like you said, Liberty was a young team. I think whenever we were the first game against Central, we were the first game of the day. So not a whole lot of people probably saw that game, but they saw the score.
Yeah.
And then the Park Hill matchup, they saw us kind of, take it to what was known as a pretty salty Park Hill South team. So I think a lot of that Liberty game, we played great, but a lot of it, as a young team, they were probably a little intimidated, because they're a young group coming into this tournament, and I think we had that game mentally a step above, because we showed so much dominance, and the best part was we didn't let up.
Yeah.
Like we in my head, I'm like, okay, we probably have a little bit of an edge right now because they're a younger group. We've shown some dominance. We're an older group. We're ready for this, and we didn't let up.
No.
Like we came out, jumped on them, and we
put it away.
We put it away. Yeah.
Yeah, looking at some of the stats, some of these are they're unofficial, but the Bulldogs shot well in the Central game, 55% from 2, 35% from 3, but only 61% from the free throw line against Central, and that played out a little bit early on. But you look at it, we had 17 assists to 12 turnovers. So our turnovers have been, still 12's too many, but getting around that 10 mark for a game is not a bad number, and that's kind of where we've been averaging. But having those 17 assists was a good story. The Park Hill South game, we had that one little second quarter. We got outscored 17-7, and after we kind of jumped all over them, then that kind of we get let up just a little bit, but only for that period of time. And responded. You talk about that physicality. 54% from 2. We only shot 17% from 3, which was a lot of that second quarter. 77% from the free throw line with 30 attempts.
Yeah.
Because the boys attacked the rim, not just the size.
Yeah,
it was impressive.
We had a little trouble with that.
Yeah,
we kept firing the 3 balls, and we were trying to, we kept saying, hey, let's get to the rim. Let's get to the rim. We have a lot of success doing that, and it's one of those things. You think that might be an easy thing to just change, but what happens is, we've got good shooters, and so maybe one guy misses a couple, and okay, he's ready to back off, but then the next guy hadn't shot it in a bit, so he's thinking, I'm ready to roll, and so forth. Where it just goes on down the line. Different guys keep shooting a 3, and we finally got their attention. And man, when they started attacking the rim, they're just, I've said it a bunch of times with Train and JT in our backcourt. There's not many backcourts across Missouri that an overall backcourt like that, there's not many that are better. And then you go ahead, Giddy's not chopped liver.
Yeah.
Giddy's a really good player, and you can move. I mean, Rick's solid. He led us in scoring the first game.
Yep.
So I mean, it's a fun team.
And you're seeing that we talk about the rebounding. We were out rebounded in that game. Partially they put up 33s. Park Hill South did. Their two bigs that were the dominant leading scorers each only had 2 points.
Yeah, that was
Quite
impressive.
successful. And then Paxton Levitt really stepped up physically in the whole weekend.
Yeah.
In that game, had a huge block towards the end, which really kind of finished the spiral for them, if you will, for how that game
Coach is
out.
watching him in the stands, and I got a call from somebody else, interested in him. Pax really had a nice tournament and brought some attention to himself, but also to the rest of his teammates. Man, don't overlook Nash Robinson, because, gosh, Nash is coming off the bench, and he's as good as most team starters. Dude, he works really hard. His IQ just continues to get better and better. He knows what we want, and he can score it for you too if you need some scoring. We've got some things to do, but I like the place that we're, where we're at right now.
So in that game, we only end up with 8 assists, what they have us down for, but it's a little more understandable because it was a take them off from the dribble and get to the rim. So, and we're not hitting the threes, which normally are nice, easy assists for us. Then we finished off the last game with Liberty. We shot 65% from 2, 58% from 3, and 76% from the free throw line.
Yeah.
That was the dominant offense performance with 18 assists.
Wow.
18 assists in that game. Liberty ended up with 17 turnovers. A team that we were kind of concerned but we had 8 steals. It was it, which is we've been averaging a little bit more than that, but we had 13 deflections. Yeah. And that is why those turnovers all happened. That passing lane closed down so quick, and they were launching balls trying to get away because we'd get little deflections, and we kept getting hands on things.
One of the first times Mike was around, he's gone caddying during the summer and the fall, and then he came into practice and got to see our 32 zones and our peak zone, and how he's like, I would not want to be a guard going against us trying to pass the ball, because
we have our hands up.
Yeah. As long as we keep our hands up. Yeah, that's man. He's good about it.
If there's a word count on my season, whenever we're on the bench, hands has got to be. Hands has got to be like the number one word I say on the bench to the guys.
I just get back
when they get their hands out, there's nowhere to pass the ball.
When they're down, I'm like, you can't block. Hey, you can't contest a shot with your face. It's kind of hard to get there and hit that one.
They're big, they're long, they're quick.
The anticipation,
their IQs are really good. It's
So looking at for on the season, 10 steals a game is what we kind of showing right now. It's a loose estimate. Almost 14 deflections a game, which is a +7 over our opponents. Steals are plus almost 5 against our opponents. 15 assists a game on average so far is what they have us down for, which again, that's coming through the huddle stats. So that can be a little iffy sometimes. But that's like a +8. And that's one of the things, of course, I appreciate, because I love the ball movement. I love them finding the shots, knocking down shots, getting the cuts. And we've been running those backdoor cuts. It's just been a lot of fun. We got some alley-oop in there to Paxton for a dunk. How exciting was that? Just a great time, man.
Yeah. We're finding a good way to utilize everybody. I think that we play what we call soft double, a 2-2-1 type of full court zone, and our goal is not to necessarily steal the ball. It's to get deflections, and it's to get turnovers, and make them have to play a little faster, uncomfortable. And we've done a good job with that. We've also just today we're adding some more a little different look in some other full court pressure, and so we're not going to have to just simply rely on that. We're gonna do some other things. So this group is they're very experienced with us, and they know a lot of what we want. and their IQs are good. We can add a lot of different things with them.
Now, one of the things I kind of picked up on too is during the course of the game, and because the flow was so nice, and starting really with the defense, there wasn't many sets getting called. Only when we kind of need to settle one down or do something,
Right.
You find some opportunities, but we could just kind of run with it. We could go execute all the offense and let the, maybe run some motion and stuff to get it going. But pretty much that transition was really setting everything up, and we found what we needed.
Yeah.
And when you got kids that know how to play it, that makes the job a lot easier.
It's fun playing basketball.
It is fun watching in the stands. So yeah, great recap, great weekend. So that was the third tournament championship down the Republic, 2014, the first year Rolla was down there, 2018, and now again in 2025. So it's been pretty cool. I think, between
they treat us really well down there. They're great hosts of that tournament. Trevor Fisher and then of course Timmy Brown too. It's not just Trevor and Timmy; it's the whole bunch.
Yeah.
They're really courteous. They're hospitable. It's a fun place for us to go, and we've had a lot of success. We have won 3 times, but we've made it to the championship multiple times too, and not come away with the win. But Republic's a good place for us to go.
Yep, it's a great time down there. Enjoy it. Kind of wish you would have been able to play in that back in the day.
No, that's stout competition. I mean, it's a cool atmosphere. It's a cool trip. We didn't do any overnight trips back whenever I was playing, but I can self-evaluate pretty well, and we would have gotten our butts kicked pretty good at a tournament like that.
It's been a lot of fun going down there. And we always talk about, we always talk to the seniors about, hey, let's talk about the year. What was your favorite memory, whatever else? Like the Republic tournament always comes up to all the seniors, because especially with this group, because it's always been the Thursday, Friday, Saturday tournament.
Right.
When it started, it was the Monday
or
Friday,
Tuesday.
Tuesday, Friday, Saturday. So we could stay the one night, and then it kind of switched up. I think around probably the COVID time, I'm guessing.
That's about right.
And it worked out pretty good, and they get the 2-night stay and a lot of bonding.
Yeah.
So let's look ahead. Friday night. So Blair Oak Falcons heading up to Wardsville. I mean, they are a high quality team. They're 4-0 on the season. Ranked. They're tied for 7 in Class 4. And again, Class 4 is loaded up with a lot of talent down there.
Yeah, they just put it on Jeff City.
Yeah,
pretty bad last night.
I think by 20. It was single digits in the fourth, and it kind of was back. They'd get it to the single double, and then man, they just finished.
Yeah, they've got a really solid player. I can't remember his name, but number 3 is he's tough to stop, and they've got good balance. They're well coached. It's we got to be ready to play, be on our game.
Yeah, they got the you got the Moyer kid. He's kind of the blonde, long, lanky, more of a guard, about 6'4". You got the Rackers kid is the thick, stronger kid inside.
Yeah, is that 23?
No, 23 is Brady Dapkis, who's not playing. He's the run it back. So, and they just won state for football again.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Close game, I heard.
Yeah.
He's coming off the bench.
And so I don't know if he's
that worse.
Yeah, and that's what Ethan was talking about that. And Brady was, he was a stud athlete, but he's really gone towards football. They got the Rackers was like the 6'3" forward that's been playing, and he's real physical, strong inside, good base. And then the other dart is 6'4".
Yeah.
I mean, they're big.
Yeah.
They're a big team, and they got their got the guards that are aggressive. They play like a football team. That's I think it's Wiley. That doesn't matter. But yeah, they're when we don't. I mean, we won last year on a 3-pointer by JT at the buzzer.
Game.
Yep, in the St. James tournament. So we know what they're going to do. We're familiar with them. And playing up at Blair Oaks is always going to be a little bit of a challenge. But I'm pretty sure you got the boys ready to go.
I think they're looking forward to it.
That's good. That's been a conversation Ethan and I have had. Is these are the type of teams that are really good. That you think honestly that we should beat just because of the way we're at, where they're at, size, school, everything else. But they're the type of team that they will take it to you because they are not going to lay down.
You better be playing good.
Yep. And so it's one of those where do not do the whole small school thing and have that on your resume going forward. So hopefully that'll be something they'll focus on. before we kind of finish up on stuff, let's go ahead and take a look at some of our sponsors. Always like to do that, as we already talked about Phelps County Bank, our title sponsor. Again, go to mypcb.com to find out more about them. Um, really want to give it shout out to Jeremy Shelton over there at Taylor Chrysler. Again, we've talked before. He's been involved in a lot of the Bulldog activities. Nick played a couple years ago, and appreciate everything they do, and glad to have them as our Coach Talk sponsor. Danielle and Jared Jordan over there at Home Sweet Mo Properties, they do our spotlight sponsorship. So they handle a lot of the senior signings, but busy, a lot of senior signings. I think we've had, I think there's 11 or 12 so far have signed. Got 3 more that are all committed, that are setting their signing day up. And I'm projecting 20 seniors will be playing college athletics next season.
Awesome.
Which I don't know what our record is, but I got to say that's probably as much as we've had come through. So it's kind of cool to see. So appreciate them. Kobe Wan Skills Academy. Of course, we're familiar with Kobe, 2-time All-State Bulldog. Got his facility going on up there. Love everything he does. Jackie Morozowitz in full bloom, backdrop rental, balloon decor, do everything. She does a great job always at all those signings. And everything like that. And JP Maxwell was shouting out to the Bulldogs last night on the season ticket. 104.9, 5 to 6 p.m. Tune in. Also, you can go on his podcast. You can find it up there. He has a podcast set up so you can download it and stream it from there. So appreciate all of that. All right. So let's talk about Christmas tradition in the Miller household. What do you guys have? What's out there? Do you have a tradition of anything?
Well, I can speak for Mike. He has a tradition of not taking the trash out for his old man.
Really?
During Christmas time.
That's a tough one.
I'm just thinking I took that out today. So
okay, wow.
You're up next.
Okay. All right.
What you got for Christmas tradition?
We do a scavenger hunt every year. His brain works very differently than normal human, and
True.
he always comes up with these crazy, like, just little riddles or rhymes of things that are kind of landmarks about the town of Rolla. Little riddles and rhymes that only his son or his daughter would understand. But every year we do this little scavenger hunt where he comes up with these riddles and stuff, and we break off into teams and we all race around, and whoever can. You have to go to whatever place he's talking about in his riddle rhyme. You have to go to it, take a picture of it, and send it to him. And he has to say whether it's right or wrong. And then you get 30 minutes, I think. And whatever team has the most correct locations and is back at the house in under that 30 minutes wins.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
The most concerning thing of the whole deal is probably my son-in-law, Scary Larry Hunter, was a race car driver, and he got that name Scary Larry from driving a race car. So my wife usually wants to ride with somebody else, but
they're not paired up. Huh?
Yeah.
The dominant team is always Amber with Larry, because Larry's the driver and he's the craziest, fastest driver. And Amber is his mind reincarnated, and so
they're locked in.
Lethal.
So she understands, and he gets her there.
Yeah,
awesome. That sounds like a lot of fun. That's a lot of fun. Hey, we go to Waffle House every Christmas morning for breakfast.
Right.
It started quite a few years ago, and my dad was a big Waffle House guy, and so we went there. Like, hey, let's go to Waffle House. We always made breakfast.
Yeah.
And now it's been every Christmas morning, and we always see Pulliams there.
That's awesome.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, they're always there. Yeah, and we'll go in there.
They got the same tradition.
Yeah, and it's kind of funny. And then everybody's coming in there. Christmas.
Yeah.
They come and show up in maybe their pajamas, whatever, which fits well at Waffle House. And
you got to call and make a reservation nowadays. That table's probably getting.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have to get a couple. So it's getting out there, and so that's kind of our little fun thing. Favorite Christmas movie?
Easy.
Go ahead.
Yeah, the National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. That's it.
Yeah. So that would be mine as well.
Okay.
If I'm going to give another one, it would be Home Alone.
Okay.
That gives you the kind of mindset that Mike and I roll with.
So I did not even have Home Alone on the list. I did the White Christmas just because. Christmas Vacation, which is the one that fits well in our family. Elf fits with all my kids are Elf, so that's theirs. I think Jenny might be going into the Elf mode now. Christmas Story was one for a long time. Was that?
Shoot your eye out.
Yeah.
Josh Vineyard's little boy, he's in that. If you take a look, He is. I mean, they look exactly
yeah,
alike.
yeah, yeah,
Underrated sleeper, Tim Allen, Santa Claus.
yeah, yeah.
That's a good one. Yeah.
Traditional. I'm thinking It's a Wonderful Life.
Yeah.
Cindy and I, we just watched that the other night,
Yeah.
and it's yeah, good.
I still like I like the old like Rudolph.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
His
that's
girlfriend
abominable
doesn't even know who
snowman.
that is.
Yeah.
We asked her.
What's the dude with the pickaxe? What's his name?
Uh,
Cornelius.
Cornelius. Yeah.
Something.
Yeah.
Something Cornelius. He throws the
Yeah.
pickaxe in the ice. And
Silver and gold.
yeah.
And then the dentist.
And of course, you
Yeah.
can't not mention the Grinch.
Oh yeah, the Grinch.
I mean,
That's always a good
kinda,
one too.
yeah.
That was always just kind of made me sad too until the end, and when his heart grew,
Oh,
his insight,
Tom,
whatever
yeah,
that
but
day.
not everybody's in touch with their
There's sensitive side.
gentle, sensitive
I
side.
got you.
Yeah.
I got you. Well, hey everyone, thanks a lot. Merry Christmas. We'll probably try and get one beforehand because we got the holiday tournament. We'll get you and Coach Parker on here again and do a little preseason wrap up. But it'd have to be early.
We may get Are We Live Vineyard up
Yeah.
here
Oh man.
and have him talk a little bit too.
Okay, yeah, we'll get it fun. He'll have some fun with that one because the holiday tournament's coming up. We'll talk more about that later. That'll be December 26th, 27th, 28th. Going to be a Friday, Saturday, Sunday this year. You got Mitch and Teresa Esquivel on the girls' side, and on the boys' side, it is who's their sponsor on the boys' side?
Gosh,
Phelps Health.
yes.
Yeah, Phelps Health. Yep, had to check on that one. They have my stuff right there. So yeah,
That
appreciate that. Yep, yeah, it changed because it used to be U.S. Bank forever.
For years and years
Yep.
and years.
And now Phelps Health has stepped up and become the title sponsor of that. So thank you everyone for watching. Thank you for Taylor Chrysler for being the Coach Talk sponsor and Inside the Huddle's title sponsor, Phelps County Bank. Appreciate everything they do. For Coach Mark Miller, Coach Mike Miller, I'm Tom Brown from Inside the Huddle at the heart of the game. We'll see you next time.
Well done.